I'm not stalking you, honestly. It's just nice light behind you with the sunshine. Are you ready for Christmas?
I am ready for Christmas. Ready for a bit more sunshine as well. It's quite cold at the minute.
And do South Yorkshire Police have a Christmas tree?
I'm sure there's Christmas trees at various stations.
And are they going to hang you on it? All right. You had an interaction there with a South Yorkshire police officer.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
What did you draw from that?
Well, basically, he came over to start harassing us again, saying we may be forced to take action if you don't move along and if you don't socially distance from each other. And I said to him, I said, excuse me, I'll say what I said again. I did a video on it, you may have seen it on Facebook before. Last time I got rid of him in less than 90 seconds. Today it was a bit longer, but he said we may be forced to take action against you if you refuse to adhere to the guidelines. The government guidelines, acts and statutes aren't law. And he says, well, that's your opinion. I said, no, it's not my opinion. I said, it's a fact. I says, you're, again, unlawfully harassing people, members of the public in the street, for no reason, who are just talking with each other in the street, and you've no business doing it, basically. So this guy was arguing with me. Then he started saying, well, we're just here to advise you that we may take action against it. I said, well, we reject your advice, because at the end of the day, advice can be taken or left, you know what I mean? We don't have to take your advice. At the end of the day, government guidelines, acts and statutes are not law. He then continued saying, I'm not going to get into a debate with you. And then I said to him, I asked him if he was acting under his oath as a police officer today, and he refused to answer the question.
Obviously, I didn't get to record everything that went on earlier. He wants to know why he couldn't answer some of his questions.
Why I couldn't answer some of his questions?
Like, are you here as a constable?
Purely and simply, we are here to make sure that everybody's safe, and I don't want to get involved in any dialogue with him. I've done so previously. We go around in circles, and ultimately, we're just here to make sure that people are safe. That is all.
I said, I know why you refused to answer the question, because you know for a fact that if you were acting under your oath that you took as a police officer, you would not be able to walk up to people and harass them in the street for something that isn't law. And he refused to answer the question yet again. I also asked him if he'd heard of Lord Jonathan Sumption, you know, the ex-Chief Lord Justice of the country, who's also said this is all nonsense, who's also confirmed that the police have no authority whatsoever to stop any gatherings whatsoever or enforce any regulations, as none of it's law. And he refused to answer the question again. Now, the problem with these police officers is, I also said to him, at the end of the day, you need to remember you police us by our consent, and we do not consent to any of this nonsense at the end of the day. The police have become nothing more than government lapdogs, and long story short, they are just trying to enforce laws that do not exist and arrest people for no reason. So I fully expect to be arrested today, because he was on his radio straight after talking to me. So when the vans turn up, well, you know, at least I spoke today before I get arrested anyway.
Well, I didn't have the camera out at that time, so...
I know you're slippy there.
Yeah, it was interesting to get a different angle perspective, and my opinion doesn't change really. It's interesting to see what's going on, and we think we need to document these things, don't we, for history. Yeah. Future history is being unfolded, isn't it?
Yeah, we also need to make sure that people are aware, all these people that are walking around with masks on, and people that are walking around doing what they're told by the police, and when the police tell them to move on, they need to be reminded that police is by our consent. None of these acts, guidelines, acts or statutes are laws, and people need to know their inalienable rights and common law rights as well, because the police are unlawfully harassing people for no reason.
So he said that acts and statutes aren't law. Now, obviously, as far as we're concerned, if people aren't adhering to the regulations that are in place, then we have to advise people, remind them of the regulations, and if they don't follow those from that point, then we may have to take action against them, whether that be in terms of fixed penalty notices or whatever. If that is something that they then choose to challenge in court, then they're more than welcome to do so. But at the moment, that is what we need to do.
So today you're agreeing to disagree with him?
Yes.
He refused to answer my questions, as you know. When I asked him if he was acting under oath, he refused to answer the question. Now, as soon as if you'd answered the question, yes, I'm acting under oath, it would have been found to be acting unlawfully anyway.
Some individuals, let's say, are a little bit more passionate, and potentially conversations are very difficult to be had, and it just makes it easier just to advise why we're here, and just leave it at that.
What do you think is going to happen when we come out, you know, Brexit, when it takes place tomorrow?
I think Brexit's You put me on the spot there, but I think it's now become a bit of a red herring. UK government's been dissolved. 20th of December, we'll have no government. Brexit's irrelevant, I believe, after that point.
Do you think law's going to change?
I've no idea what's going to happen because everything's passing over to the Crown, which means the Vatican, City of London and DC are going to, and I'm sure it's happening in other places around the world. Who knows what's going to happen on the 21st?
Nice to see you again, Steve.
Yeah.
I like your hat.
Yeah, do I make a good Father Christmas?
You do, yeah. You're quite a tall Father Christmas and a young one. You must have had a shave.
Yeah, well, I was actually just laughing. There's actually a Father Christmas down the street who's got a mask on under his beard.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
I think you need a shave.
Yeah, next year.
So while we're here, I'm just going to have a walk around the Peace Gardens. Had a bit of interest. Looks like they got dolled up now for Christmas. What's it like to be a married man and a married woman?
Not there yet. Just going in.
We're just about to go in.
Oh, you don't have to wear a mask or anything when you get married, do you?
We don't. No.
I'm going to say, how are you going to kiss if they have to wear a mask?
Yeah.
Good luck. Why aren't you wearing a mask? Silly question, I suppose. You won't be able to blow with a mask, will you?
No.
Can I just ask you, what's your opinion on wearing a mask out in public?
I think it's a sensible thing to do. I think it is. It will keep us all a little bit more safe, I think.
Have you had any flus this year?
No, I had my flu jab about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Are you going to take the new vaccine?
Yes, I am. Thank you. If it comes. When it comes.
I believe they made it in 10 months.
All right, okay. Well, a lot of people have been involved in it and it appears to be safe, and everything I'm reading and seeing tells me it's safe, so I'll be having it, yeah.
Well, just before I go, I do believe that it usually takes about 10 years to make a new vaccine, with other trials. So, obviously, in 10 months, you've got a lot of confidence in it, have you?
I have got confidence in it, yes. Well, what I don't want to do is to get the COVID, so I would rather take a risk with the vaccine.
Early days yet, as they say. Early hours. People are starting to gather now, talk about things, share stories, information, critically think. Yeah, I don't think there's enough critical thinking going on in society. I think they believe mainstream media too much. And one question is, does mainstream media lie? Now, that's an interesting question. Wonder what you think. Do you believe mainstream media ever tell lies?
I don't know. I don't know that they intentionally tell lies. I think they might skirt around the truth.
The mainstream media, the papers, looking for the big headline to sell their particular newspaper.
Merry Christmas!
And a Happy New Year.
And a Happy New Year. Better year next year than this.
What's been happening in Sheffield in the past few weeks?
It's very quiet, but it's busied up. But I've been going all over the country. So, yeah.
And how have you found some of the protests you've been visiting and the marches and the gatherings?
Absolutely amazing, really good. Better turnout than what there is here. And I think we just need to get word out to people by supporting other cities. I think every week we should go and visit different cities to support them. Bigger numbers, bigger groups. And the atmosphere was amazing. The police were really good actually in Manchester, which is a really big improvement.
Have you found the police in Sheffield the past 3 or 4 weeks?
They've been pretty quiet. There's not been as many. I've not had any problems for a change. So yeah, it's been okay.
The figures that's been thrown at everybody, they aren't true figures. There's less than 1% of the 70 million population that's died, and most are 80 and above with other complications. I'll give you an example why I think that. because my wife passed away 3 years ago and she got damaged lungs that couldn't be repaired. Went in hospital to be put in breathing apparatus, and while she was in there she contacted pneumonia, and on a death certificate it said she died of pneumonia. That's not true.
What did she die of?
Collapsed lungs, asthma and other things.
And have they changed the death certificate?
No.
It's shocking, isn't it?
It's
Some of this information that's being put on death certificates really needs looking into, even the past.
It does, yeah. And the lockdown, it doesn't achieve anything.
Well, it's unlocked for Christmas, but after Christmas, I do believe we get some more lockdowns.
Oh, it'll go into a full lockdown. I believe that, yeah.
Are you ready for Christmas?
Yeah. Go on, Laura.
Have you any messages for people for Christmas?
Happy Christmas. Just Merry Christmas, and hopefully next year's better. Here's to 2021. Merry Christmas.
Are you what they call the Grinch?
I am.
Tell me about the Grinch.
It doesn't like Christmas.
Well, don't let me keep you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Bye.
I'm not stalking you, honestly. It's just nice light behind you with the sunshine. Are you ready for Christmas?
I am ready for Christmas. Ready for a bit more sunshine as well. It's quite cold at the minute.
And do South Yorkshire Police have a Christmas tree?
I'm sure there's Christmas trees at various stations.
And are they going to hang you on it?
Hopefully not.
Do you want to have the last say?
No.
How are you finding it so far in the police?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Can I just ask you, if I keep my distance, are you okay just to pull your mask down to have a brief conversation? No. What about yourself?
I'd rather keep my mask up, thank you.
Yeah. You haven't got a beard under there, have you?
No, I haven't.
A lot of police officers have got beards growing out of them.
No, not me.
Have you ever seen one where the beard's growing out?
Growing out?
Yeah, that would suggest they haven't had a shave for a long time.
If you've got a beard, then I would imagine not.
You see, oh, it always happens as that. Good afternoon, you alright?
Yeah.
I see the reinforcements have arrived.
Did you say so?
Have you ever thought of growing a beard?
Growing a beard?
Yeah.
I can't grow one. I haven't got the...
Do you mean you've got like bald patches in your beard?
No, it just doesn't. I just don't get a full beard. It just doesn't work for me.
I find interesting when a police officer's got a beard and they wear a mask. It looks like they've worn the mask for ages and the beard is like a caveman underneath. You know how it grows out.
Right.
Anyway, I'm going to leave you to the rest of your day,
Okay.
and I'm going to delete this video.
How you doing anyway? You alright?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm recording, by the way. So
You are recording, or you?
I'm always recording. You know, just.
No, I was just asking how you're doing. That's all.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Are you doing well?
Yeah, okay.
Are you ready for Christmas?
So. Yeah.
Yeah. What about the force? Are they ready for Christmas?
I'd say so. Yeah.
What about the lockdown though? The new one that's coming. You might not be aware of that yet.
If I'm being honest, I'm not. No.
No.
There's all sorts of speculation, though, isn't there?
I guess.
What do you know? You seem to be very, very well informed yourself. So.
Well, Boris told me himself.
Right. Okay. Genuinely. You've got
Yeah.
a relationship with Boris?
I'd like to think so.
Okay.
Maybe it's all in my head.
Right. Okay.
You know them voices I keep hearing.
I don't, but obviously, if you do, then okay.
Obviously, you both got different footwear. The way you wear your trousers.
Yeah.
Is there a force, a rule where they should wear them? Because you both look different at the feet. You know what I'm saying? One looks like he's going to a war, and the other one looks like he's going to, well, I'd say war with the people. I don't know. I mean, is there a dress code regarding boots?
In terms of boots?
And the way they took the boots
Well, in terms of your footwear, you don't have to have a uniformed approach in terms of your footwear. No, as in you have to have black boots. Okay, but in terms of a specific manufacturer, I don't want to sponsor anyone in particular, but these are force issue boots that I've got. So, excuse me a minute. Excuse me.
It always happens, does that?
No,
anyway, I believe you. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks.
Well, it looks like the police are ready for Christmas and ready for war. War and peace.
I literally got my fucking bag in my bag.
And?
Calm down, look, calm down. You are killing people.
What are you killing people? Killing people with what?
By encouraging people to break lockdown rules, by encouraging
Lockdown
people
rules for
not to wear masks.
a virus, a so-called virus has got a 99.97 survival rate in the first place without a vaccine. Are you crazy?
I've had my vaccine and I'm delighted.
Oh, you had a vaccine, are you? You've had a vaccine,
Yes,
have
I
you?
have, and I'm delighted that most people don't die, but the fact is 0.5% of people do. And that's horrifying.
And most people dying have got underlying health conditions already.
Oh, so you know what? Yeah, people with underlying health conditions, their lives don't matter.
No. I'm saying they're dying from
let's all
underlying
carry on
health
like
conditions.
normal. No, they don't. They die
You seem like you're
from
struggling to breathe with that mask, and your glasses are
They
getting.
die from COVID-19. You know what?
Listen to the
I
glasses.
would rather defog my glasses every 5 minutes than save the lives of vulnerable people.
What for a virus that hasn't been isolated? You can't.
It has been isolated.
No, it hasn't been isolated. Even the government has turned around and said it's not been isolated.
Where have they said that?
It's been said all over. Are you crazy? Where did you get it from the back of a cornflakes packet? You cannot catch a virus. It's basic biology. You cannot catch a virus. A virus is something created in your body from your own immune system, pushing out bad toxins out of your body.
A virus is a small microorganism.
You cannot catch a virus.
We can see them.
You cannot catch a virus.
If we use a
You cannot
microscope,
catch a virus.
it's repelled. It travelled in water.
You cannot catch a virus.
Travelled in droplets.
I'm not being shouted at by
I
somebody.
can appreciate that you're trying to have dialogue, but obviously there's a lot of shouting going on in the public.
No shouting going on
And
at all.
sometimes it intimidates people. So if you can just calm
Oh,
down,
excuse me.
it'd be appreciated.
Right, I was being shouted at first, and then I retaliated. It's as simple as that.
I'm speaking to you both.
Right, fair enough. At the end of the day, you cannot catch a virus.
A
It's
virus-
basic
no, a
biology.
virus
You
is a
cannot
small
catch a virus.
microorganism that you can see if you look down a microscope.
No, you can't. You cannot catch a virus.
You can see a virus when you look down a microscope. It's a small microorganism. It travels in droplets.
No, it doesn't.
Droplets
No,
of
it
water
doesn't.
that we cough and sneeze
No,
out.
you
that
cannot
we
catch a
exhale
virus.
out.
You cannot
The
catch a
mass
virus. I'm not
protects
shouting.
You are
because
shouting.
they're
cannot catch a virus.
repellent and they reduce the chances
You
of
cannot
inhaling
catch a
a small
virus.
droplet containing
You
this
cannot catch a virus.
microorganism.
Let me ask you a question. If that's the case, hang on. No, let me ask you a serious question.
We are.
If you
we
can catch a
have
virus through
fundamental
droplets and through people,
differences.
why do you have to shove something right up your nose and break your criboform plate? If you know what a criboform plate is, right? Why do they do? Yes, they do. When they take, yes, they do. When they shove it up your nose, yes, they do.
No, they don't.
It's a fact.
They don't.
If it could be caught through normal droplets, it'd just be a normal mouth swab that was needed, wouldn't it?
It's a throat swab from the glands at the back of your throat and from the nasal lining. It's from the nostril.
It's not the nasal line
It's
at all.
from the nostril.
No,
You
it's
don't
not.
break
It's
the
shoved up
cribriform
your
plate.
nostril
It's
and
it's
twisted
in the
against your
nostril.
cribriform plate, which
The
breaks
cribriform plate is a bone. It's a bone with
Yeah,
small
which is-
holes
which
in
is being broken
that
by
allows
these
the
things that
nerves
shove up
from
your
your
nose.
brain to come out into your face.
You still haven't answered my question.
You don't break
You
the
still haven't answered
cribriform plate.
Why do you have to have it shoved up your nose if it can be caught through droplets?
It's shoved up your nose to take a
If it
sample
can be
of your
caught through
nostril
droplets,
lining.
if it can be caught through droplets, a normal spit, why wouldn't they just need a normal swab?
Because
Because-
when you've got the virus,
What virus?
The virus,
virus they haven't isolated.
They have isolated.
No, they haven't
a small
isolated it.
microorganism.
No, they haven't
that you
isolated
can see
it
if you
at
look
all.
down the microscope.
They have not isolated the virus.
It likes to live in the cells around the cells at the top of your nostrils.
Really?
That's why you take the swab
What, like normal
from.
cold and flu, you mean?
That's also where normal cold and flu live. Yes, but the
This
coronavirus
COVID-19
also
is
lives
just normal
there.
cold and flu that's been rebranded as
Sir,
this deadly
please
virus.
just lower your voice.
I'm not shouting.
You have been shouting.
No, I'm not. It's been recorded as well.
All right, whatever.
Can I just ask you what your opinion is about? Obviously, you seem to know a bit about the viruses and things. Could you just clarify for the people watching this what you know about it?
So viruses are a small microorganism. The coronavirus is a family of microorganisms, of viruses that you can see. If you look down a microscope, there are lots of types of coronavirus. COVID-19 is a new strain of it that is particularly virulent in vulnerable people. It's spread by droplet infections. So when we talk, when we cough, when we sneeze, we release thousands of tiny droplets into the air. If a person nearby you inhales the infected droplets, that is when they can then develop coronavirus, COVID-19 infection. And then the infection settles in the nostrils and the throat, and then down into the lungs where it causes a pneumonia.
And have you got a profession?
Yes, I'm a doctor.
And do you have any PhD levels? Or?
I have an MBCHB, which is the legally required, the recognised medical licensing qualification. I have a GMC registration number, GMC being the professional body that regulates doctors, and I work at Sheffield Royal Hospital.
Can I just ask you one question about wearing a mask in a car as you just yourself in? What's the benefit of wearing a mask in a vehicle if it's just yourself in?
If I'm in the car on my own, I don't wear a mask. I wear a mask when I'm out in public to protect other people.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of people wearing masks. Do you think they're frightened in cars when they're on their own?
Well, they probably just haven't taken them off. It's a faff. That's all.
Can I ask you
No, you can't ask me anymore.
about the Coleman Drosden review report that's been that disqualifies everything you've said?
What's that? Sorry.
It's a peer review report.
Just use your own common sense. What else can you do?
Don't be scared of what's happening, and just go and visit your families, and don't be locked in over Christmas. Just make the best of it. Just enjoy. That's life. That's what life's for living, not for being locked up. So yeah, Happy New Year to everybody, and we're hoping for a better one.
Anyway, have a nice day.
Yeah, you too.
And
You
enjoy
take
your
care.
Christmas if I don't see you again.
You too.
Same to
Take
yourself.
care.
Yeah.